Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your January 2022 love reading. Hope you guys are having a good holiday season, and I hope you have a great new year. And for those of you who are new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridging the gap spread, and the way it works is we'll look at the past energies, present energies, and future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all that, we'll actually pull some oracle cards for some additional insight. That's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. As far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Tarot Sexual Magic. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as the energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Two of Arrows. So this is actually Libra energy here. And for some of you, this could just be saying that you might have been a bit torn on what to do regarding the connection. And I feel like this is saying that you might have actually been getting some signs and synchronicities, possibly within your dreams, or possibly to hear a song or something like that with lyrics, or see a sign, out when you're out and about, that would point to the best direction to take the connection with this person in. But I feel like for whatever reason, you might have been a bit oblivious to those signs in the past. And I will say, given that this is Libra energy too, this might be someone that you've just been friends with, So maybe that was part of it too. You didn't even think of them that way. Alright, in the past energy on their side, we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Chalices, which is Cancer energy, and Two of Chalices, also Cancer energy. So this could just be saying that their feelings for you are pretty deep, and they might have saw the potential with you to actually build a connection. Now with the Queen of Chalices, for some of you, this could just be saying that they might have been outwardly expressive about that, but sometimes with the Queen of Chalices, it can be a bit of a closed-off energy as far as expressing themselves, even if the feelings do run deep. But yeah, with that Two of Cups, I feel like, at least for a good portion of you, they probably did come forward and express to you that they had desire for you. But given that we're seeing twos in the past year, it looks like it was a fairly new connection. All right. And in the present position on your side, we have the Seven of Cups. So this could just be saying that you might have just had a lot going on beneath the surface. Scorpio energy for you guys is your 12th house too. So this could just be saying that, there's a lot of things going on in your mind that really distracted you from this connection with the person, right? Because this could just be saying that even if they were physically in the room with you, if we look at the difference between the artwork there, it looks like she's physically there, but this person isn't, right? They almost have like a ghostly type appearance. So it's like you just could have had so many other things on your mind that you couldn't even really pay much attention to what they were bringing to the table at the time. And this could definitely have been primarily due to that Mars transit that was moving through Scorpio recently, because that's in your 12th house. So you might have just had all these ideas of things you wanted to do, and maybe just bringing them out into the reality wasn't necessarily too easy. So you just might have been a bit too distracted to put much energy toward a connection with this person. All right. Present energy on their side, we have the Three of Chalices, so more Cancer energy there. Two of Swords, Libra energy, so you guys had that in the past, and now they have it in the present. And the Sun. So yeah, I feel like this is saying that their feelings for you might still be growing, even though it doesn't look like you're actually actively participating in the connection too much at this time. And I feel like that egg there represents that they see a lot of fertility and growth within the connection, or at least the potential for it. With the Two of Swords, I feel like this is saying that, okay, they are acknowledging that when they do come forward with an offer, right? If we see there, he's extending that rose to her, and it looks like she's looking away from it. So I feel like this is saying they might even realize that, yes, you might not be acknowledging their offers at this time, but for whatever reason, it seems like their optimism toward the connection is still growing. All right, and future energy on your side, we have the King of Staves. So this is actually the court card for Leo. And seeing this here, it always stands out to me with the artwork in this particular deck, because at least in the Northern Hemisphere, when we get to Leo season, we're reaching the peak of summer, and usually you expect to see a lot of life on those trees, right? But in this particular artwork, we see that there's not really much life on those trees at all. So to me, that represents the passage of time, which could just be saying that you guys might have really taken a long time to realize that you might actually have feelings that are reciprocated toward this person, So like I said, you could have just been so distracted with other things for a while that you weren't even really actively paying too much attention to the connection with this person. maybe as those things start to clear out for you guys, now you're actually coming to that realization that, oh, wait, actually, I am interested in this person, could be one of those things, especially with Mars moving through your sign now. All right, and future energy on their side, we have the Knight of Wands. So this is actually the court card for Sagittarius. So for some of you, maybe that's what does it, right? For example, if they were coming on, we see a lot of water energy, for example. And generally speaking, that's not the best match for a fire energy, right? So super generic, but I'm just saying, in this hypothetical, since we see so much water energy from them, now maybe that they're taking on that fire energy, that might be what brings them to your attention, like, oh, okay, maybe there is some compatibility there that I wasn't necessarily seeing in the past. So yeah, it could just be a shift in their energy that actually catches your attention and kind of snaps you out of whatever you were going through. So that's what I see with that. At the very least, you could say at the very least, it looks like the two of you would be more on the same page now with both fire energies in the future. Okay, and bottom of the deck on your side, we have fertility. So this is the equivalent of the Empress energy. And for some of you, that could have been part of what it was too, where you could have just been in the cycle where you just had so many things going through your mind, thinking about goals and what you wanted, and maybe even just noticing opportunities that were right in front of you, because you just had so many things flowing through your mind. But yeah, this could also point to potential pregnancy as well, so keep that in mind. If that's not something you're going for, just try to take precautions there, and if it is, then this might be a really good time to attempt that. Let's see what else comes to mind with this. And we see a line there too, so definitely some Leo energy coming into the spread, but that's what I see there. And then bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Three of Wands. So this is Aries energy here, but the Three of Wands in particular actually is a fairly patient energy. So I feel like this is just pointing to their overall energy, right? Where I was saying that even though it looked like you weren't really putting much energy toward the connection with them, it seemed like for whatever reason their optimism seemed to be growing rather than waning. Like, oh, okay, I guess Sagittarius isn't interested. For whatever reason, it seemed like their confidence that the connection could take place never really seemed to waver. But yeah, and this is often referred to in traditional tarot anyways, waiting for your ships to come in. So it could just be one of those things where you might have had that patience to just wait and feeling like for whatever reason, like I said, I don't see any clear indicators that would have led to them thinking, oh yeah, Sagittarius is going to come around. But maybe it's possible they were getting signs like you guys were, but they were actually picking up on those signs. So that's what I'm seeing with that. All right, and next we'll see what the Oracle cards add to the mix. First, we'll see what we get from Naka Moonlight deck here. I pre-shuffled this deck before we started recording, and what I'm going to be looking for here is unspoken messages from you to them first, and then from them to you. And I'm going to be looking for jumpers first, but worst case, if I shuffle for a while without anything coming up, I'll just put the deck down and pull a card for each side, but let's see what we get. Okay, and this one doesn't want to go back in the deck. And next we'll see what we get from them to you. All right, and got one that doesn't want to go back on their side. So let's see what we got. On your side, we have me dropping the card. And also, we have defensive. It says, I'm not ready to talk. I will only push you away. So yeah, at the very least, I could see that that's the energy that you might have been in. I don't even feel like it would be consciously doing so for most of you. I just feel like you just had so many other things going on in your mind that the last thing you had on your mind was a connection like that, So it looks like you will be coming out of that in the future with that King of Staves energy, but I could see where it seems like you totally had your focus elsewhere in the past and present. All right, and on their side, we have freedom. All right, says I can't be tied down right now. I have too many interests. So this is funny because that makes me think of the Knight of Wands energy that we see in the future. So yeah, it could just be as simple as that, right? A shift in energy where maybe in the past or even in the present as well, you might feel like they seem like they could be a little bit too clingy for your liking, and then as they kind of start to do their own thing, that might be what actually brings the interest out on you, where you're like, okay, well, maybe I can trust this person, that they won't be overwhelming, right, or too dependent on the connection. So interesting to see that. But yeah, hopefully that resonate with you guys. And lastly, we'll pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Same situation as far as I pre-shuffled this deck as well, but here we're just looking for one card with general advice to wrap the reading up with. Oh, got one there. Okay. So you guys got breathed. Right. There's the artwork, and the number is 29. So funny enough, I feel like that person seemed like they were in that energy, where, like I said, they seemed very patient and didn't seem to be losing any confidence toward the connection. And for you, it seemed like you guys were in your own world, so I don't necessarily feel like you were stressing this connection either, but maybe this is saying breathed as far as the other areas of your life that might have been causing you to feel overwhelmed. So we'll see what the messages say. Okay, it says patience, waiting, going slowly, wellness, meditation, trust. The Oracle's message: patience in all things is called for right now. What do you need to do when you're in a rush? Slow down, of course. Meditate and trust. Breathe and repeat. Humans cannot exist without drawing breath. Now is the time to allow the life-giving element of air to replenish your body, your being, and your very essence. Stop to smell the roses, breathe in the sunlight, and release the darkness, and miracles will appear. So yeah, like I said, reading that message too, I feel like in a way that's the energy that this person seems to be in for sure. And the relationship message says, don't be in too much of a hurry right now. The heart needs time to open. Take a breath and let nature take its course. Release constriction and anxiety, for there is no need for tension. Savor the moment, and the waiting won't prove difficult. Your heart knows what the ego often resists learning. Patience pays off in deep and meaningful ways. So yeah, interesting message there too. Really, those messages seem like they would have definitely resonated more for those of you who felt like your energy resonated more on the right side, but either way, hopefully you guys got something from that. I will wrap up there. Once again, I hope you guys are having a good holiday season, and you have a happy new year, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.